Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, do we actually know what we are doing? Specifically when it comes to living life. If I, as a spiritual person, if I have a spiritual gift or a spiritual calling, then I have to first start healing generational trauma. And when you go deep and you do family researches, you find that family trauma always comes from bad life decisions. Our ancestors and spirit guides made bad life choices. Some didn't do specific things they were supposed to do. For an example, answering their spiritual callings. Some made life bad life choices where they knew they were getting themselves into trouble. They knew whatever they were signing up for was bad. There was terms and conditions. They were discussed. There were lows and highs. There were warnings, but they still went ahead and did it anyway. There's other people that have generational curses and generational trauma that was self-inflicted. So when you become a spiritual person, you have to go back and untangle whatever that was tangled by your grandfather, your great grandfather, or even great great great. Something that was created by a person, one person in your lineage, or maybe a group of people. Sometimes your parents or your mother, your father knew they had a spiritual gift, but they decided to ignore everything. And then there's those that don't have, say, spiritual gifts. They live in life as normal. And they make bad life decisions, financial decisions, relationship, bad relationships, work related, bad career choices, bad living arrangements, drinking, addictions, and a whole lot of other things. Excuse me. And a whole lot of other things. So my question is, do we actually know what we are doing? Do we actually know how to live this life? I mean, right now, I am an adult. Whatever decision I make right now could affect someone else in the next 50 years. Some days it actually feels like the ones that have lived before us were trying to sabotage us. It's like it sometimes feels to me, it's just an opinion and a feeling that it feels like they were setting us up. Because for someone who has to go back and heal some of the things that were self-inflicted, does the person know that it was going to affect me in a way that it affects me now? Or they just didn't care? Or they did what they had to do to survive at the time that they had to survive? Which simply means that if I do the same thing right now, where I make those kind of decisions because it is the only situation or the only solution out of a problem, does that mean that that could affect someone else in 50 years? In 100 years? Have we ever stopped and thought about this at any point, that all the decisions that we're making right now do directly and indirectly affect the next person? Your kids, your grandchildren, and your great grandchildren. Had the people that have passed before us thought about that, would we be in a better position today? For those that have not gone to school, would you be educated today? For those that don't have money, for an example, they're struggling with poverty, would they be in a much better position if somebody took a riskier decision? Some people were relaxed, didn't have pressure to perform. Some people were not relaxed, they had peer pressure and all other thoughts in their mind that they made those kind of decisions for them to get to where they needed to get to. But now that same decision is haunting their great grandchildren, or the ones that decided not to act, that decided not to do anything, that were just comfortable with the little bit that they had. Today their lineage is struggling with poverty. Some people, there's certain things that are not discussed and not mentioned on social media, which I think I'll get more into in another episode. Things such as Istwalo. It happens that is something that is generational wealth or inherited, where somebody many years ago, 100 years ago, decided to do a ritual of some sort to get rich, to have wealth, or for whatever reason. I'm not sure what's the correct word in English for Istwalo though, but that is part of those questions I have, that one person made a decision because, for an example, there was poverty, that was the solution. For some people, it was out of greed, and today that is haunting someone else in their family, in their lineage. Similarly to those that didn't do anything about their problems in their lives, the same decisions are haunting their lineage right now. So my question is, since we are here now, we are given this life to live, do we know what we are doing? Because the decisions that we make right now will affect the next generation. Whether you make the best decision or you made not so best decision, it will affect someone one day, which is exactly what we are going through. Specifically those that are spiritual, that are inheriting or have inherited or been given the generational wealth, no matter what it is, because we do get the good gifts and the bad gifts from our ancestors and our spirit guides. As much as it does feel like a setup, I guess there is a question mark on it. We should put a question mark on it. It should be another one of those episodes that we go deep into. But I'll leave it at that for now. I'll see you on the next one. Love and light.